Okay, so we're Ellie and Victoria, and we're doing a retreat later in February, on the 20th of February, the Inner Light Day retreat, and it's for anybody who's going through cancer. And we just wanted to take a moment to tell you a little bit more about what we're expecting to do on the retreat, what the retreat's all about for us, why we're doing it, and a little bit about our journeys to get here. So yeah, Victoria, did you want to introduce yourself first?
Yeah, so I'm Victoria and I am now an energy healer and I do geobiology expertise and so I work in the holistic therapy field and I kind of started by just experiencing a lot of difficulties in my 20s and especially cancer when I was about 23. Um, I had this weird intuition when I got sick that I was going to be fine. And I got this intuition when I was actually a kid. I knew I was going to get cancer at some point, and I knew that I was going to heal from it, but I just didn't know how exactly. So when I first started the healing journey, I put my faith in just the medicine, and I I was just fully trusting the hospitals and the doctors because I felt that they knew better. So they knew better for me how to treat cancer. They knew better how my body was going to react. But as the journey was going, I just figured out that I had to be a part of my own healing. And it was very, very scary at first because I just didn't really want to commit to myself that way. I just wanted to be patient and not do anything really. I just wanted to let it pass in a way. Don't know if that makes sense, but um, just being the actor of my own recovery didn't occur to me until the third time that cancer came back. Because in the period of 4 years, I had I went under different treatments and I think I did 3 or 4 different treatments, and every time it worked. But then 6 months or even less, uh, but yeah, a few months later, I was just back in the hospital and the cancer was back. And so, the intuition that I had at the beginning, I didn't really know if it was real at some point because the first time the cancer went away, I was like, oh yeah, that's done. That's good. Okay, let's live now.
Wow.
But I got this state of mind where I was constantly nervous and scared that it will come back, and it did. And I think it's because I had the deep knowing that it was not fully gone, but it just gave me some time to reflect on what was going on. But I didn't do that. I was just trying to completely erase what happened. And the third time when it came back, it was really invasive because the cancer that I had was a melanoma, so skin cancer, and it was located on my leg. And the third time that it came back, it spreaded on one of my lung and brain. So it was really invasive at that point, and I kind of freaked out. I was like, okay, no, it's not supposed to happen. I'm supposed to heal. So there's something wrong there. And that's when I decided to, yeah, to howl and to explore other possibilities of healing. So I went to see a medium in Glastonbury. I went to see different holistic therapists, and they were all saying the same thing. So as soon as I really committed to my recovery by being the actor of it, but different, using different paths leading towards um, um, the same end, then that's when things shifted, and in less than 4 months, everything was gone.
Wow.
Yeah, that's
What an amazing story. Yeah. Wow. And the mediums that you saw in Gusman, when you said they were saying the same thing, that was, I mean, the same thing that you felt. Is that what they were saying to you?
yeah,
Yeah.
there were, well, it was basically what I was trying to discover is what what did I need to learn about the cancer? What did my body want to say to me? What did I need to figure out? Um, because I felt that there was something I needed to understand in order to fully heal. And it was all about expression. So basically, what I've learned is that I was not living an authentic life, and I was living what I thought I wanted to live. So I was on a path that was not fully mine. And as soon as I confronted this idea of, wanting to be someone that I was not, just because, of expectations or um, of a place of want or lack, then it just fully put me into place again. And I understood that it was not my right path. And I just needed to accept that and to
Wow.
express it and to express myself in all of that.
Wow. What an amazing story. Yeah. And how long ago was this?
So I I got sick. I think I was 23. I'm now 31, and so most of my 20s it was just me in hospitals and then on breaks for a few months, trying to start my life again. And yeah, it was ups and downs during my 20s from 23 till I was about 27, 28. Yeah, and I'm not in remission now, but I've been cancer free for about 3 years now.
Mm. And then, and is this when you started doing the work that you're doing now, when you did find your authentic self that led you to do, yeah, to do this work?
Yeah, it was so basically because I was seeing how amazing the 4 months were, like discovering myself. And I was just like, okay, the cancer is gone, and I could feel it in my bones and in my whole self that it was fully gone that time. And I was like, okay, I need to understand more. I need to seek out more. And that's, I think, 2 weeks after I signed up to an energy healing course. And so after that, I think for about 3 years, I've done courses, different ones. So energy healing, geobiology, shamanic courses. And at first, it was just for me because I wanted to understand more and to be more connected to all this. I felt that it was a calling of some sort. And and then I just felt it just felt right to be there and to learn all this and to um yeah, to just experience it more. So yeah, I felt that it was truly a calling at some point.
Absolutely. Yeah. And now you feel like you've learned so much on this journey and you're at the point where you're ready to support others who've been in a similar situation to you.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, after the 3 years of training, I I created my business, and the main goal was to basically just weave connections between people and them, well, and themselves, and people and places. And so I work with humans, but also with the land. And I think that it's something when I was sick that I completely forgot about. I completely forgot to go in nature and to recharge in nature or discharge as well. Um, and it's something that has and holds a lot of power and remembrance. So yeah, the journey led me to just help others get back to on their path and to help them remember who they are, basically.
Wow.
Mm.
Oh, thank you. That's so amazing. Yeah. And yeah, it's interesting. Yeah, it's so interesting listening to your story as well because yeah, I guess my journey is really similar, but different at the same time and the same life lessons learned. Um, yeah, and so my position was being I worked as a nurse on the oncology unit, and that's where I learned my lessons and felt the need to bring this sort of support through. But I guess it's interesting because I also had that knowing when I was younger, um, and that I was going to use my experiences to support others, to listen to the messages within their own body. Um, but then, yeah, it was when I was working on the cancer ward, I also felt something within my own body, but it was like something that was going to that would could it was a potential, if that makes sense. And yeah, it feels a strange thing to say, but I felt like I couldn't support people unless I'd been through it myself.
Mm,
Um, but then, and it was actually when I read, Chris, who wrote Glittering a Turd, that which is an amazing book.
mm,
And she says in the book, like, you don't need to wait. You can do what you're here to do before you get ill. But I always had this thing like I couldn't support people unless I'd been through the illness myself, which sounds a strange thing to say. And I still feel that a bit myself, and that's why I'm excited to meet you because I feel that it's really valuable for people to actually um, have that experience of someone who really fully understands what they're going through. And I knew I was going to do this work, but I feel like, yeah, I was waiting. I was
mm,
waiting because it feels like right for us to do this together. I don't know if that makes sense. But yeah, she just said, you don't need to wait. And I realized that I could go on this journey of healing and learn all these lessons prior to, yeah, when listen to the whispers in my body before they began to shout really loudly. And so I feel like yeah, really. Yeah, I feel really lucky to have had that experience working on the ward and seeing people going on the journey that exactly the journey that you're talking about, which supported me to go on this journey myself as well. Yeah, before I became more physically unwell, if that makes sense.
mm,
And the thing that really inspired me most to do this work is just seeing people exactly like the story that you're telling me, and you had this knowing within, and you were in the healthcare service, and assume that everybody knew better than you, and because of that, you didn't allow yourself to really listen to this inner knowing that you had, and listen to your body and what it needed. And I saw that all the time, and a lot of the time people would confide in me about their inner knowings. And I felt that I was letting them down because there was no space for us to go deeper into this. And also a lot of the time, yeah, other people wouldn't see or respect that voice that was within them and would speak kind of down to them. And I would almost see like their light would be growing when they were trusting, and it would restrict again when people weren't listening to them and trusting them. And so they didn't have, they lost that ability to trust in themselves. And yeah, and I tried within the healthcare system to kind of work with that, but it's just like there wasn't space. And so I feel like we just need to make space for this. And yeah, and it's a journey, isn't it? Relearning to trust in ourselves when a lot of the time the world is telling us to do otherwise. But yeah, so that's yeah why this is important to me. But I guess also it's probably important to say as well, for anyone listening, I've also seen how amazing the medical profession can be. And we're here to support the side of things that's missing within medicine, aren't we? We're not saying everyone has their own journey, and it's about taking exactly what feels right for you on your journey. And that's what we're here to support. And sometimes, I mean, like in your situation, like you said, that gave you a bit more time as you learned to listen to your inner knowing. And yeah, so sometimes, yeah, my most perfect dream would be to see the worlds working together, and when each could be useful and knowing, but really knowing that you, at the end of the day, have this knowing within you. And like you say, all these amazing, like even the power of the earth and the power of nature that we're just completely disconnected from within the hospital setting. I mean, there's so much more um, that we're not accessing, isn't there, when it comes to our health? So, yeah.
yeah, definitely. I do. I felt really supported by the hospital and the medical team, even the doctor that was following me through the whole journey. And I did talk to him a lot about what I was doing and who I was going to see, and the holistic practitioners that I went um, to see. And he was very supportive. He was very
Yeah.
supportive. He just wanted to talk about it more with me. And when the cancer was gone, he asked me a few questions about what changed within me. And I said, well, it's just that moment where I stepped into my power, and when I decided that I actually wanted to get better and I did something about it. Um, so I still had trust in the hospital, but also I had the same trust in myself.
Yes,
Were
exactly.
equals, and working with these two entities really helped me to just really take that step to move forward and to fully, commit.
Yeah, exactly. And that's it, isn't it? Absolutely. Yeah. And you have trust in yourself, and the power is within you, but then you can turn to different resources to support you on your journey that feel right for you rather than giving your power away to anything else, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah. And I think that's so amazing because also I feel like yeah, people telling me their stories, like you said, spoke to the doctor, and you're saying now was one of the things that helped me to realize that there's so much more when I was within the healthcare system. And yeah, so many people want to help and make things better. And it's all about, yeah, sometimes it's about, yeah, relearning, isn't it? It's like we're on this
Yeah.
journey together of relearning how we approach things.
Yeah.
Yeah. So yeah, I guess we should talk about yeah, our retreat now
Yeah.
and what we're hoping to
Yeah.
offer people. Yeah.
It's funny because, as you were saying, you always had that knowing that at some point you will help people. Just, that place that I was really trying to find when I was sick, and then um, it was basically the base of what we created with that retreat. And I always knew that I wanted to do something to help people suffering from cancer, and like on that journey to get back to themselves. And so I always knew that at some point I will create something, but I thought that I would do it with someone else. And the fact that when I met you, I instantly knew that it was going to be you, because you had that other side of the story in a way, um, where I come from the side where I was the patient, and then you come from the nurse side. And I think that they really are compatible to create that special place that we felt was missing for both
Absolutely.
of us.
Definitely. Yeah, I think that's really beautiful. And yeah, that's like what I felt when I met you too, because I knew I always wanted to do this, and I saw you and heard your story. And when I hadn't met you before in that Zoom, didn't I? I was like, I think you need to do this. I can see it. And now I can see it. And yeah, you were the person I was waiting for to create this space too. So yeah, that feels really beautiful.
Mm-mm.
Yeah.
Yeah, I
So
remember you
um,
saying that. I remember you saying that the first time we met, and you were not the first person who said that I needed to do something in that field. And yeah, I think it was meant to be,
yeah,
definitely.
definitely. Yeah, and so that's what this space is going to be, isn't it? The space that you felt was missing when you were on the journey, and the space that I saw missing, and what I felt, yeah, I wanted to be able to hold space for people in a different way. Yeah,
Yeah. Yeah, and I think that, when you start going on that journey of self-discovery, um, you just need a place where you feel at ease, to explore, and to explore different options and different paths and different approaches. So I think that's why, what we want to offer with this retreat is a space to explore in a way. It's a space to explore yourself, and to tune in with different practices that could be helpful alongside the medical side, because they really are compatible.
exactly. Yeah. And so it's not us, yeah, telling you things or teaching things, but yeah, maybe we'll be offering some suggestions, but also just, yeah, creating that space for you to tap into yourself and your inner knowing, like away from everything else. And I think sometimes even like we've said about like the medical world and where it's all about, blood results and clinical things and creating that space away from that. But also sometimes, I don't know what you think, but even like sometimes friends, family, lots of people have opinions, don't they? And everyone wants to help. And so sometimes that coming back to yourself, just away from everything, I feel can be really, really important.
Yeah, and I feel sometimes you actually lost within what's happening as well. I was actually the kind of person when I was sick, I was just shutting everyone out. So I was talking about what was going on, but I was not talking about how I was feeling. I was completely shut. I completely shut my emotions out. So I was lacking that sensitivity that is actually a huge part of myself. And so when I went to explore holistic practices, the first way back to myself was to feel again. And because to me it was such a dangerous thing to do because I thought I would just crumble.
Mm.
Um, and I didn't want to bother anyone with how I was feeling because I was worried about how they were going to feel. And so, yeah,
Mm.
sometimes just as simple as that is just to reconnect to your emotions. And it sounds really simple, but it sometimes it's really not.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, it's simple in theory. The answer is always simple, but yeah, sometimes it's a lot of like undoing to get back to simplicity almost, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah. And so I guess, and when we create the spaces, it's that's what it is. It's all about each individual and what they need. So I guess we would be led by that as well,
Mm.
on our retreat day. So we've got like some nice ideas, and we'll have, some meditations and practices, and some nature connection, and some maybe some creativity, and but above all else, it's that space. And I guess it's about, yeah, it's about making that decision, isn't it? And coming to the space and putting yourself and your needs first. And yeah, for us to be led by that as well, I suppose, isn't it?
Yeah, I guess it's really about allowing yourself to explore. And
Yeah.
that's the beautiful thing about this space that we're gonna hold.
Exactly. Yeah. So yeah, really, it's for anybody, anyone who's sort of going through or affected by cancer who wants to come and just make this space for themselves and tune in, yeah, to themselves and their needs and their bodies, and just it's 4 hours, so we've given a nice long time, and just to like receive gentle healing as well, and just be held in this healing space, and we're in a really beautiful space as well, aren't we? Yeah. And
Amazing.
yeah, so yeah, it's for anyone who that calls to and who that feels right. And both of us are happy to have a chat, aren't we? If anyone feels they'd like to join and you're not sure if it's right for you, then please just get in touch and we can have a chat through.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's going to be on the 20th of February, 1 to 5 p.m. And it's at this beautiful venue just outside of Launceston, a manor house, and with some beautiful land around. And Victoria's been doing some work on the land there as well, haven't you? So
Yeah, yeah, I
really
did.
beautiful.
I did a geobiology expertise for the property, which is basically energy clearing. So I know that now the space is completely like high vibration everywhere, and so it's going to hold us in a really, really beautiful way. So I'm really, really looking forward to it.
Yeah, me too.
Mm.
Yeah, so anything else we need to say?
I think, yeah, I think it's all. I think that's what needs to be shared
Yeah.
right now.
Okay, perfect. But yeah, please get in touch if, yeah, if you want to chat to us or you'd like to join us. Yeah, and we'll share more details below.
Yeah, amazing.